Hey, good morning everybody and welcome to the vlog. I hope the start of your day is really truly amazing. Now that the opening is behind us, there's been something I've wanted to talk to you guys about for the last week and a half or so, but I just wanted to kind of mentally put it off for a little bit. And some of you may know this. You know my good friend that's been on the vlog 1,000 times. We've traveled all around, Forrest Fanning.
Ready? You ready for this, Forrest?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Your first big flight.
And guess what? Forrest lost our car.
Good job, Forrest. Where's our car?
These guys are actually going CITES Appendix 1, so they're not going to be able to import these anymore. But this is the only one in the world.
That is awesome, Forrest.
That's totally awesome. Who would have thought, man, we'd get over here to John's place and we'd get to see captive born and bred Varanus prasinus. I never thought we'd come to South Africa and be able to see bison.
All right, the boys are loaded and we're ready for this flight.
This is crazy.
Look at where we're at here, guys. We're in the middle of nowhere. I mean, this is as rural as it gets. Look what Forrest caught. Is this thing cool? What the heck?
Try to find the biggest Nile crocodile to grab every species we can and try to preserve and have a place where we can learn about these animals.
And a lot of you may know this by now, and there's no really easy way to say it, but Forrest passed away about a week and a half ago, and it's obviously very difficult, and I wanted to bring it up to you guys and really celebrate his life, because he was such an amazing person, and he inspired me so much. I've known him for 20-something years, and we've done so much together and had similar dreams. For those of you guys that know him will know that his name on social media was Zoo Dreams, because he dreamt about owning a zoo one day, and we had some amazing adventures together. One of our journeys here in South Africa is to try to find a huge crocodile for Forrest. And we're looking at this animal here, and it's absolutely enormous, but it's not big enough for you, right?
As a collector, I want to get my hands on the biggest one I can out there, and then there's another zoo that wants one too, so I'm out here kind of hunting for the both of us. And there's rumors of an Ethiopian bloodline of Niles that's supposed to be the biggest crocs in the world.
Forrest slept a bunch. He's all giddy. He's all like happy, and he's like, yeah, this is great. Good news is we found our car and we are on the road to Durban. Bad news is that we have like a 5-hour drive ahead of us, but it's going to be an Forrest almost just killed us. Oh my God!
Was I not supposed to go?
Forrest just
a taste of things to come. He's so infatuated with the phones, and when we're taking selfies, he can see the reflection of himself, and just seems to have some sort of recognition of what's going on. It's really cool.
It's just awesome to be out here in Africa catching wild snakes. I mean, this is like freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. That thing is cool, isn't it?
It's unreal. Unbelievable day.
Down, down. Oh, don't kick, don't kick. Don't kick. So, where you at?
I don't have your
Stay
phone.
behind him, stay behind him. That's it. That's how you handle a Nemo. Forrest got a Nemo. Yep. It's good one, Forrest.
This is just the most incredible experience of my life. I can't believe this is happening.
With opening up the new reptarium, Forrest was supposed to be here a couple days before. He was going to be on our podcast, and I was so looking forward to him being able to see what we accomplished here, because again, he was so proud of the things that we did, and I knew he was trying to do similar things. You know, his dream was to open up a zoo, and I was as excited about having Forrest, Desiree, and Lars up and seeing the new reptarium and getting their reaction, because I knew that they would be so happy for me, and I knew that they wanted to do it themselves, and I was excited to spend time on the podcast with Forrest, because we experienced things together that no one else experienced, you know, traveling. And as a matter of fact, I was excited for this one story that myself and Forrest shared when we were in South Africa together, and it was just me and Forrest, and it was the closest that I ever came to being killed. I mean, literally, we were almost killed in South Africa by some guys, and Forrest and myself were the only ones there, and we experienced it. And I wanted to, you know, talk about it on the podcast, because looking back on it now, obviously it was scary, but it was a memory that I will have forever. And he was the only one that experienced it with me. When we left Jared's place, his dad had told us if you break down or get a flat tire, do not stop, because literally on the sides of the roads here, people will come and kill you and take your money. And he said it's very, very dangerous. He said if you get a flat tire, you drive on that flat tire till you get to a thing. And literally Forrest drove over something and it literally busted our gas tank. Gas is all over the place, broke down the side of the road. Thankfully, we were right here close to a station, so we were able to walk literally across. We had to jump a fence, we had to get over here. Hopefully Jared's dad is going to come and hopefully pick us. We're like an hour and a half away from him. We're still like 3.5 hours from Joburg. We don't know what we're going to do. We're literally broke down in Africa, and like he said, on the side of the road, people will literally come and kill you. So this is very serious. I'm freaking out right now, guys, but fingers crossed this thing is going to work out. I hope we're going to get somewhere tonight. I don't know if we're going to go back there or go to Joburg. We're supposed to go look for a big crocodile tomorrow at 7 in the morning. My heart rate's up, guys. This is by far the most dangerous thing that we've done this whole trip. I hope this works out. We were sitting down and 3 guys were kind of circling us and then kind of broke off and they started getting closer and closer. So we went inside of the building, the actual gas station, and they stood outside just looking at us. And then one guy came in and kept circling around, and you could just tell something really bad was going to happen. Now there's no 911, there's no emergency calls. You are just stuck there. Now fortunately, Paul, Jared's dad, literally, I got him on the phone and he was going to drive an hour to come get us. Not to mention he phoned a friend that was a local that had a tow truck. So literally within 10 or 15 minutes we were going to have a tow truck there, and then Paul was coming. It was an amazing thing that they did to me, and honestly I cannot thank them enough for even warning me, because if they hadn't warned me, I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have had my ears and eyes open, and I may have gotten killed, stabbed, who knows what would have happened. And I think why Forrest myself became such great friends was the fact that he was so passionate about everything he did. He was a walking reptile encyclopedia. He knew things about reptiles that I didn't. There's no way I knew. A lot of times I would call him up to ask him questions about things, and I could always rely on him to know the things that I didn't know. And he was so utterly into these animals and really everything he did that was inspiring to me. I mean, he literally put his body on the line all the time. I mean, he got chomped and got a ton of stitches by a caiman once. He had tree monitors that ripped him up constantly and bit him. He didn't care because he loved the animals so much, and that was the thing that I loved about him. I mean, you could see in his eyes. We could spend hours and hours, and we did, talking about animals and business and life and the future, and he was a one of a kind. And people say that about people that pass, but guys, it's everything in me right now to not cry, and I've cried a lot the last couple weeks. He was amazing, and I wanted him to experience this with me and his family, and just really, I wish there were more people like Forrest, because there's a million memories that I will smile on the inside to celebrate his life for the rest of my life.
This is literally as rare as it gets. Did you know, took a little bite. So did you know that there is literally as little as 250 of these in the wild? So just stop and think about that for a second. There's only a few clutches away from extinction. This amazing crocodile from the Orinoco River in the Llanos is almost gone. This is actually Tinosaura Alfred Schmidti, named after German herpetoculturist Carl Schmidt. And you can see just beautiful coloration. There's a lot of variability in them.
Just to give you guys an idea, I mean, Kilo is just hanging on, just kind of running around, and look at Bruce's arms, and of course Forrest always has a perpetual cut up arms. Yeah. I mean, that's just part of it. Are you okay, Jessica?
Yeah,
so it's so important to keep these guys desensitized to people handling, because even with them being super tame, they're still gonna give you a good scratch and everything like that.
To go and hold a broad snout, and he slipped right when he got in there, and the camera came back and just punched me right in the face. So,
dude,
yeah,
man. go get yourself fixed up. You're leaking, man.
Yeah, I'm leaking. This is a pygmy freshwater crocodile, one of the rarest crocodiles in the world. To show you guys something that's been a project in my heart for over a decade, and really how I came up in the game and what drove my love into these rare and endangered species. This is a nonprofit facility. It's not open to the public. We exist for one reason, and that's preserving these rare and endangered species in captivity.
Just for you guys to know, take a look at your hands. Oh,
yeah.
My arm. This is what tree monitors are about right now.
Yeah.
Wow. That's dedication. That's putting your body at risk there. So, wow. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me right now?
Absolutely incredible.
This animal literally was in a box, got shipped here, came out, played with these guys for what, an hour and a half or 2 hours, and then takes something out of your hand.
Yep, and it already knows the hand that feeds it versus the prey item. Look at that. I mean, that's the same finger that was just touching the prey item, and he's not going, he understands.
Of course, this enclosure is always going to be special to me because Forrest was coming up this last week and was going to bring up a croc monitor. And this enclosure was made for that croc monitor. Lori and myself are going to be visiting Desiree and Lars in the next week or so, maybe the next few days, I'm not sure. And they're going to put the croc monitor up here, and I'm going to dedicate this cage, and I'm going to have a plaque on this for Forrest forever. And every day that we get to work with this croc monitor, I'll be able to celebrate Forrest and think about him. Not that I wouldn't anyways, but this will be even more special to me. And he had an unbelievable passion for croc monitors, and I can't wait to, and I feel very blessed and honored that they're going to allow me to work with this particular animal that was his animal, a captive bred crocodile monitor that he had from a baby, now a year and a half or 2 years old. So I'll take you guys down to Indy to visit with the family and the collection and kind of keep you updated on how they're doing. Obviously, it's unbelievably tough times. I'll talk more about the help I need from you guys in a minute with that. So this croc monitor cage will be one of the most special enclosures for me here at the Reptarium. Forrest's passion for animals really transcended the kind of commercial side for sure. I'd like to think guys like myself and him and so many others don't really care about the financial side. I've talked about it a million times, and Forrest really showed it with his passion, in particular for Abronia, which are an alligator lizard. He had probably one of the greatest collections in the world of them, and really was passionate, not because they were financially a good investment, because I'm sure they weren't, but because they were threatened in many cases, and there were localities of Abronia that literally come from little pockets of the cloud forest that once that pocket is wiped out, they're gone forever. And he was committed to saving those species, the conservation side, not only of Abronia, but crocodilians and so many other things. It was truly inspiring. One of the, really the most rare room in all of herpetoculture, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, it's up there. I mean, these are some of the rarest lizards in the world, and we've managed to, you know, get anything we could from anybody here in the USA to grab every species we can and try to preserve and have a place where we can learn about these animals and establish captive breeding colonies.
And you've done really well with production.
Yeah, this year was really good. We produced several species this year. They're not easy to breed. Babies are really difficult to take care of. They're very sensitive to volatility and temperatures. It's very difficult to give them the right size cage where they can find their food. That's another problem. Yeah. And then hydration is a problem because they're so small. You want the sphagnum to get damp, but if it's too damp, then it's too cold.
And this room is much cooler than your other reptile room. About what? So again, guys, I'm sorry to have kind of a downer vlog here. It's important for me to celebrate Forrest's life and also support his wife Desiree and his son Lars moving forward. And this is where it's important to me to ask you for a favor. And I know times are crazy right now with the coronavirus and all this stuff, but if you could find it in your heart, I'm going to put a link in the description to a GoFundMe page for Desiree, his wife, and Lars, his 1-year-old son. This was started by his sister, so it's legit. And I just want to know if you guys could help the family. So if you find it in your heart and times are okay for you guys, I'll put that link in the description. Go over there, and hopefully together we can help them financially. I certainly will be a part of that, and I hope that you guys will too. And together we can help Desiree and the entire Cold-Blooded Cafe and Zoo Dreams future to keep going and allow them to fulfill his dreams, because I know that's what's in her heart, is to continue going and make that zoo dream come to a reality, and all the things that he had a vision for to come to a reality. And financially you guys can help, we can help to try to help her and encourage her in this unbelievably devastating time that the family is going through. And I can promise you guys that not only will I be celebrating Forrest's life and trying to live the best I can for him, but I will also continue to push forward like I know he would want me to. I know he'd be proud of what we do, and I'm going to try to live his legacy the best I can, educating people, conserving animals, growing this zoo dream of my own. And I know that he would be so proud of me, and I will miss him every single day for the rest of my life. And again, I'm sorry this was a downer vlog. I have to get this out. It's time to start healing, and I appreciate you guys. I know that you will miss him as much as I will. There'll never be another forest fire out there for sure, and he was such an amazing person. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for all your support with me, and of course Desiree and Lars and the family. You guys are amazing, and I know he loved you as much as I do, so thank you for that. I'll put a link in the description to everything. And remember to just hug your loved ones, because you don't know how long you're going to have them. Just try to have the best day you can. Be kind to someone today. I promise I will see you tomorrow.